problem with that because we don't own that, or we as if it's me and the mouse in my pocket, like it's my property. We own that property. Berm in the sky that you could air out of. Yeah. Holy shit! And he fully Wile E. Coyote'd it, like, like just yeah, come out the other end. It worked really well. And there was 2 perfect feet prints, like that deep. Walked away from it, but I was like, dude, that was gnarly. But anyway.
Oh, here you go, dude.
Somebody's come short. It's the rad thing about it and the bad thing about it all wrapped in one. So I was like, you basically have that. That's so much street cred from the mountain biking side. You have to. Mixture of water, you know, not too much, not too little. There's a lot of clay in it, and then this dirt is brought in, so you have some granite. This stuff right here is not that bad. You get some granite here, that's pretty good, but it's really rocky. To get like a multiple trannies to work, you have to have like a set point. Something has to be solid in your life, you know. So you need a 90 degree somewhere that's like 100%, and you can't really get that in the air. It's super hard. So we learned our lesson last year because that thing was kind of like, I mean, good from far, but far from good, you know. Like definitely a 2-brake course. So it's funny, like, you know, for 10 years of being in this game and the whole fight between BMX and mountain bike, and everyone's like, which I think is super gay, but everyone's trying to find their identity. And I've always said that like the relationships to me is like skateboarding and snowboarding. You know, that you can never deny the influence, but it's 2 different sports, and that's how mountain biking should go. But because you obviously can't snowboard on pavement and you can't skate on the snow, so that there's never that conflict. Where in biking there can be, you know what I mean? A BMXer could come and ride some of this stuff, or vice versa. We could go ride a skate park, so you get that conflict. But so everyone's like, oh, we gotta make the courses more mountain bike. It's like, what's mountain bike? Because if you build it perfectly, I mean, look at Mega Ramp and you know how big that shit was. Most mountain bikers wouldn't be doing tricks that gnarly, but that ramp was so perfect, indoor, no wind, no knuckle, in a perfect scenario. So size is never going to separate mountain biking and BMX, you know? You build a quarter, the Mega Ramp, those guys are doing flares 40 feet out.
Bikes are bikes.
Bikes are bikes, exactly. And so that's not going to be the separation. Where the separation is going to come with mountain biking is diversity and the fact that you can ride so much different stuff with it, right? Like, no one's going to ride down on a BMX bike, 75-degree head angle, skidding with one cantilever brake down through that and off the end. Like, that's what's mountain biking. So the irony of the whole story is everybody's trying to push to make this stuff big. What makes it mountain bike is that if you make it technical, you have to have 2 good working brakes, and you know what I mean, like stuff like that is what's actually going to make it. The technical side is what's going to separate it, you know, and that's exactly what that is, you know. We just use the right kind of equipment. We stacked all those with a dozer, and dozer works really well because you can fan with the blade, and then the grousers on the tracks will like break it up, you know, kind of comb it as you're building it. If you made that with rubber tires or any kind of like rubber tracks, you get like hard spots in it and pits, you know, and so that's how we did it. Did it all with tracks and a dozer blade.